can't stop. A family shop. Think Thayer. Come on, let's get rolling. Come on, let's get moving. Think Thayer.
How important is it to, with the record that you guys have, to win the MAC? I asked your teammate, is it going to be a disappointment if you guys don't win it all at the MAC conference?
Yeah, I mean, I think it will be a disappointment. You ask any team at the beginning of the year what their goal is, it's to get to Detroit, and then once you get there, you want to win it. And, we've done the first part of that, putting ourselves in a position to win the conference. And, there's been a lot of hard work, a lot of sweat, that's gone into this season. And yeah, I really think it would be a disappointment if we didn't win it.
How much momentum do you guys have being able to play the type of game that you did this past week?
I mean, I think the Ball State game was one of the most important games of the season, if not the most important, coming off of the loss to Toledo. We needed to come back and, get our mojo back and get some momentum going into the championship game because, we didn't want to crawl in there and, just because we clinched it with so many weeks left in the season, forget about the last couple games on our schedule and it doesn't really matter what happens because we're going to be there. We couldn't have that mindset, and I think, we did our job in Ball State, recapturing what we had this whole season.
Can you look at the last two championship games and say, okay, this stuff worked, we want to do this stuff didn't work, we don't want to do this?
Yeah, I mean, I think, obviously I think both teams can go back and compare what happened in 13 and 14, but, it's a new season. There's always new tendencies. Obviously, there's new players every year, so, from a breakdown standpoint, I'm sure we're going to turn on the film and see a lot of similarities from the first two seasons, but there's always things that are changing, and defenses change, offenses change, and I'm sure they're going to have some new wrinkle. We're going to know each other pretty well, based off all the film study we're going to have, and we're just going to have to be ready for whatever they throw at us.
Does this week feel at all like it did 2 years ago when I think we all knew that Coach Clausen was probably going to move on, and it seems this might be happening here again?
I mean, that was a long time ago. 2 years it's a long time, but I mean, we can't be focused on anything that could happen after the game. We have to be focused on Northern Illinois. We have to be focused day by day for this week, leading up to the game, and then whatever happens after the game, that'll happen.
Last year you had to watch it. Did you at any point think, man, this is maybe my last MAC championship, I don't even get to play, and now that you had that other chance, have you worked harder? What's the thoughts that are going through your mind?
I mean, it was a tough pill to swallow last year. Obviously, you do everything you can off the field, but at the end of the day, you're not out there. You want to be out there with your teammates, fighting the fight, and it was hard last year watching it. But there was, I was motivated enough to just be able to walk and run again. To be able to play in the MAC championship, it's a great opportunity. But if I were to work harder this week, then I was saving myself for the rest of this, the rest of the season. I'm going to attack this game just like I have all the other games this season.
Have you made a decision yet about your future?
No, I have not. We talked about it in the beginning of the season, in the preseason, about options that I was going to have, but there hasn't been any official decision made yet.
Do you have a time frame in mind, Matt, as to when you would make that decision?
I'd probably say after the season, after the bowl game. If I were to, decide to come back, I would, want to be able to tell the team that I'm going to be coming back. If I choose to move on, then I'll need to start making arrangements with other sources, agents or anything like that that need to be made when college players are done with their careers.
How close are you to graduation?
I graduate this semester.
Be available then for a grad school transfer?
I don't know. That actually is one option that I haven't thought about. I guess I would be because of me graduating, but I haven't thought about that.
With all do you pay much attention, I guess I'm asking you specifically, do you pay much attention to the talk about where Coach might be going and when he might be going and things like that?
I mean, in today's world, you got Twitter and Instagram, and the media is all over everything, and it's kind of hard not to. I don't necessarily go out and look for it, but I mean, I was sitting at home last night and I was scrolling through Twitter and just happened to see rumors of a head coach at Bowling Green. So I mean, it's going to happen. You're going to see it, but like I said earlier, we're focused on us right now, and if that stuff is to happen after the season, then that's out of our hands, because it's a good thing that Coach would get a higher job. We're happy for him, but right now we're just focused on us.